In today's video, we are continuing our AZAMI series, focusing in on a border for this one. Now, before we get into it, go down to the comment section, let me know what you'd like to see for the next map in the series. Make sure to hit that like button, let's aim for 100 likes. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when we upload our next video. And let's dive in and get started. Once again, it's Alan from the Dangleberries teaming up with Elevate to give you the best AZAMI setups here over on Border. Now, there's so many different combinations you can work with here, but we're going to start off in the Armory lockers on the second floor. Now, a lot of people like to put head holes in this wall to watch anyone coming into archives from that east side to try and get that quick plant down. Well, what you can do here is if you place a Kiba barrier on the corner exactly where I pinpointed on screen, you'll actually create a little pixel angle on the left side of the barrier. So if they are constantly shooting through that doorway, you can create that extra cover and use it to peek out and catch them off guard. Now, I will show this from the other perspective as well to see that it is a very small little pixel angle that they can see from, but it's a great one to use. Now, the next one here is just by the metal detector. If you shoot a hole in the floor, you can actually place a barrier right in front of the metal detector. Now, this is a really cool one, and I know a lot of people might want to rotate between metal stairs and coming back into sight, but if you put another one on the top of the door, it creates a one-way angle for anyone coming up metal or coming down around the 90 corner. You can sit and you can see everything. You can almost see all the way back towards the break room door. If you move over to the right side where that little gap is in the barrier, you can actually see all the way towards that break door. You can see it from the other perspective here. They cannot see you, and you can catch them completely off guard and get some easy picks. Now, again, most important thing here is that you can actually see all the way to the break door. So if you're sitting there watching that, you'll be able to see the door open and then pick them off as they're coming into break and heading towards the bomb site. Now, this next one is back inside Armory lockers. This is just one to cover the door. If they're trying to push that door into the main site, right on this locker here, along the line as I marked on screen, you can place a Kiba barrier, and what it does is it leaves a small little gap in the side of the barrier, and you can sit crouched, and as they're peeking the door, you'll be able to get some easy kills. But this next one is a pixel angle that you can use. If you just reinforce those two left walls and then impact a hole in the third wall, if you jump up onto the counter and exactly where that tiny little smudge of dirt is on the side of the wall there, if you place the Kiba barrier, it will leave a very small pixel angle underneath the barrier. You can sit here, and if they're pushing in east side and making a heavy push that side, you can catch them off guard and pick them off with relative ease. You can see it here from the other perspective, what they're seeing here, whether they're coming up the stairs or just coming in off the door there, and they see the hole and they're looking to peek it, they will have a very difficult time trying to pick you off. Now, this next one is kind of like a whole big setup for security or CCTV, whatever you'd like to call it. So you can reinforce either one of these walls, it doesn't really matter, whatever way you'd like to set this up. So if you impact a hole into CC and then one going into fountain as well, and then come in here and right on the counter just near the window, if you place one on the very corner here, it'll give you that little bit of protection from the window so you can sit in the little box area here, peek out and use the barrier for cover. Now, of course, being in that position, you're at risk to being shot by anyone trying to swing in a break room door. So if you just put one on the side of the couch here, it will block that view and you have some added protection against them peeking out. You're going to jump up on the desk, peek them and the door and catch them again and get another kill. Now, the next one is over on the other side here, right by this like white monitor here. If you place a barrier right there, you'll be able to sit behind this as well, so you can kind of rotate around that room, really make it like a stronghold for the defenders to stop that main push in towards Armory. Now, another thing you can do here is right on this 90 hall, if you feel like you're under pressure or you get a call out that they're coming from the east side, you can place a barrier here and it will do the same thing that it did inside of Armory. It'll create that small little gap there and you can get some more kills. Now, of course, being in this position, someone might push into offices and swing you on that rotate, so you could just add a bonus barrier here by sticking one either on that first step, or you could put one on the second step, whichever you prefer, and it will give you that cover for anyone pushing offices. Now this is an east staircase setup for anyone who's trying to hold that bathroom teller site. Now obviously the attackers are always going to try and make that push for upstairs, which is why I'm putting this setup up here. There of course you could set up barriers down inside bathroom and tellers, but I feel like it's such a small site with very limited access points that it's really more important for you to try and take hold of upstairs and stop them taking control of the second floor. So you could put the first barrier right on the edge of the railing there, and a second one to cover yourself on the window out on the balcony, and then a third one, as you can see here, to block the door as well. So you can just sit here and use this as a stronghold, and then what you can do here is add another barrier. If you make some head holds into that triple wall and then place a barrier on the side of the wall exactly where I pinpointed, you can still see a very small gap in towards that triple wall into offices, and you can swing the door as well. Now the only time you're exposed here is in that long hallway down towards 90, but you could put another barrier on the side of the door if you have one to spare to cover yourself from there as well. So you have a really strong little kind of power position here to stop them from trying to take that top floor hold. Now if you choose to keep that extra barrier, you can put one on the red railing, or you could put one on this half wall down inside waiting room. You can then move down the stairs and swing anyone coming into passport if you get a call from your teammates that there's an attacker pushing from that side. So you have a lot of cover to use with that. Now this last side, no one likes it, so I just have some fun ones here for you. If you place a keeper barrier on the side of that table exactly where I pinpointed, you can vault up on top of these little containers. Now you can break the barrier, and what you can do is if you lay prone, you're actually really hidden for anyone swinging in that main door or coming in the door from supply. Now the great thing about being up here as well is that you get that elevated position over the top out towards that kind of main lobby area and over towards the teller's walls. Now you can then also protect yourself up here by placing a couple of keeper barriers. You can put one on the side of the container, you can put one on the front of the container looking down towards that main door. Create yourself like a little fortress up here so you can kind of hold the site. Now a lot of people are not going to play this site, and realistically it's very rare that it does anyway, but it's a fun one to try out. The same here inside supply, right on the side of this handle on the lockers, if you place a keeper barrier and then jump up onto the large container here on the left. Now right in the second row here from the right, if you stand in this position and run and vault, you'll be able to vault over the barrier up on top of the lockers. Now up here, it's just endless angles and positions, and you could do this even if the bomb site isn't down here. If it's inside workshop or over towards bathroom tellers, you could create like a little kind of offsite stronghold here. You can make holes in towards workshop, you can make holes to watch metal stairs and the hallway all the way down towards that desk by the main lobby, and you can also make head holes into customs on the right hand side. So you have so many different kind of options that you can work with here, and you have so many intel to give your teammates to. If you're trying to get into a gunfight with someone in customs or in workshop, you can give those calls to your teammates and they can make a flanking maneuver in through workshop or in through customs. The bonus barrier for this is if you put one on the side of the bag here, you can cover yourself on the window. So that's it for today's video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. Go down into the comment section, let us know what you thought, and of course what the next map you'd like to see in the series. Now if you haven't got your hands on any of the Elevate skins, they're all available in the shop, so make sure to go check them out, the latest one being the Maverick bundle. So until next time, I'll talk to you in the next one.